Hey everyone, it's Siddhali Shree with a quick video for you. I'm actually filming in Los Angeles, California. I'm on a trip visiting family and friends, and what I appreciate most about the trip is that I'm coming back to my hometown, to my beach, and just being here automatically reconnects me to who I used to be and where my spiritual path began. So it's always nice to come back home. So anyways, this video is about motivation to do your spiritual practices or your sadhana. So I get this question a lot, like, people will be doing their spiritual practices and then, and they might be good for, a couple months and then they hit this wall and they know they need to do their sadhana, which could be, mantras or meditation or yoga or writing or doing some kind of form of spiritual practice. And then they hit that wall and it's like they just can't do it. They know they need to, but it's just that desire to do it is not there. They would rather, watch TV or go do something else, anything else than do sadhana. So this video is about sharing 2 tips about motivation on the spiritual path. And I completely understand what it feels like to, hit that wall. So in the beginning of your spiritual path, you might be really, really excited and you might learn new techniques or new ideas or new things to think about. And you're just so excited. So you're willing to, do your practices and, reach your goals and all these things. And then after a couple months, it's just like, I don't feel like getting out of bed, or I got things to do, I just don't have 5 minutes, blah, blah, blah. All the excuses come up. So I say that when you hit this plateau or this wall, this block, that you need to start challenging yourself. I say challenge because when you don't have a challenge, you're not motivated to do anything. You're not motivated to change. You're not motivated to transform. You're simply not motivated. But if you have a challenge for yourself or a vow that you've made, then as a truth seeker, you want to honor that promise or honor that vow or keep your word. So what challenges do you have in your life? You have to make spirituality fun. It's not like just going to your room and sitting down and just doing your mala or your mantras or whatever, because then it might become stale or forced and not fun. Because when you're connecting to your true self, you're supposed to be having an awesome time, being blissed out and having fun. And if you're not having fun, then, sadhana is not going to be that exciting for you. So then, therefore, you might just give up on it. So have fun with your spiritual path. Give yourself challenges. What I like to do are 30-day challenges. I even wrote a book, 31-Day Challenge to a Changed You, because when you challenge yourself, then you're thinking about something every day or you want to meet that goal. So for example, I'll do a 30-day challenge where I just want to sit for 1 hour and do mantras every single day at a certain time. And so because I want to keep my word and I know I want to do that practice, so then I challenge myself, can I make it 30 days? Can I make it 30 days? Okay, I did day 1, day 2, and then I'm at day 7. I'm like, oh, I'm almost there. And so it's this feeling of just goal making that you challenge yourself, you're in the process, it gets hard, but then no matter what, because you're so determined, you succeed. So that's motivation. You have to challenge yourself. But if you don't give yourself the challenge of, okay, I'm going to challenge myself to sit for 5 minutes right here and do something. But if you don't create that challenge, then the day's going to pass by and you're not going to care. So challenge yourself. That's the first tip. Challenge yourself automatically creates motivation. If you don't have a challenge, you're not going to be motivated. I mean, reading inspiring quotes on Facebook or reading inspiring books or reading anything inspirational or whatever, sure, it's inspiring, but remember my last video, I talked about action. You have to do it. So challenges means you're doing something. Second thing is you have to be hungry for it. So what hunger do you have on the spiritual path? How hungry are you to know yourself? Like, how badly do you want it? So if the desire's not there, of course you're not going to be motivated to, do your sadhana. But if you're hungry for it, if you're hungry to spend 5 minutes with yourself, I mean like the true self, the deep self, not 5 minutes you're sitting down and you're just thinking about stuff or daydreaming or just imagining or fantasizing, whatever it is. Because sure, you can be sitting down and, make that challenge for yourself of, okay, I'm going to sit for 5 minutes, and then you're not present and you're actually absent, then it doesn't count because you're not going to taste your true self. So if you give that time to yourself and you're hungry for yourself, so you're just so hungry to be in tune with yourself. You're so hungry to taste that bliss. You're so hungry just to be in oneness with everything. How hungry are you? When you're hungry, you're motivated to be there, to be in that place. And it's kind of like, when you're hungry, literally for food, that's when you're motivated to get out of your chair or off the couch or, away from the computer to eat because you need to satisfy that hunger. So same thing, what are you hungry for on the spiritual path, and what are you going to do every day to finish off that hunger? Because you're on the spiritual path for a reason. You're a truth seeker. You want to know the truth about the world. You want to know the truth about the universe. You want to know the truth about God. And most importantly, you want to know the truth about yourself. So create that hunger, that desire, good desire, every day to know your true self, and give yourself the time to do that. If it starts to get boring, create something fun. Go for a walk and do your mantras, or go to a different place to do your breathing techniques. If you need to change environments, go for it, because it keeps everything fresh and new. Because you don't want the reason to fall off the path is because you've failed to take action, you failed to do your sadhana, and you just got lazy. And that laziness is a type of karma. So of course you want to break the karma. So don't be lazy, do something. So you are ultimately your own motivation. No one else can motivate you. So challenge yourself and be hungry for it. And I also want to share that if you're struggling with sadhana and keeping a routine, just know that once you really progressed far on the spiritual path because you've been doing sadhana every day, the option to not do sadhana is not going to be there. What I mean is, in the very beginning, it's hard. It's like you're training your body, you're training your mind, just like a marathon. It's tough on the body, it's tough on the mind, and your mindset might be, I can't do it, it's too hard, or I get bored easily, or whatever. But then you start to run, and then you start to progress on the path, and then you're at this point where you're just flying, you're just going with it, and then you can't even imagine yourself not being able to do that. So at the beginning of anything, there's always challenges, there's always that strain, there's always that resistance. But then you get to the point where you're so connected to your true self, you're back into your nature, that the option to not even do sadhana is not there, because it won't feel right not to do sadhana, because it's just this dessert you have every day and you can't live without it. So sadhana can be your dessert. What do you enjoy about it? Focus on that. How do you feel with it? Remind yourself of the good things you taste in your meditation or from mantras, and how deep you go, because once you make those memories stronger, or that desire stronger for that the taste of realization, then you're going to be there. That's your motivation. Your true self is your motivation. So always remember that. So challenge yourself to get motivation, be hungry for it, and just be there, because eventually the need to be motivated will disappear, because you'll already be connected to who you are and be at that place what you've been desiring the whole entire time, which is your true self, your soul, the peace, the calmness, that meditative state. And it's there for you. It's waiting there for you. You just got to be there, do it, and promise yourself to keep your word, to just take action. Do it, do it, do it.